What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. One of my subscribers, his name is Jason. What's up, bro? He asked me a question. He said, do fragrances go bad? And he was wondering why, because he's scared of buying Cedrat Boise by Mancera. He said that he's scared to buy that fragrance because he's scared that it's going to go bad. And I just wanted to touch on this subject here real quick. And I had made a previous video. It was a long video. I should have cut it in two, just like Jason said, but I didn't. And I just want to touch on, do fragrances go bad, how to store them properly, and how to kind of mitigate that. And, yeah, so let's get right into it. So to answer the question, do fragrances go bad? Yes and no, guys. It's all circumstantial. I can give you an example. So when I bought Paco Rabanne 1 million Parfum, I bought it at Macy's, and the sales lady, she told me, she said, hey man, don't worry about it. This has a shelf life of 5 years. So she's probably thinking, I'm going to use it up within 5 years. Little did she know I have a big ass collection, and I'm probably not going to use it in 5 years. I guess the joke is on me. But, I was thinking, I think they just tell that to people, and it might say it on the box, guys. I haven't checked, and I don't actually have the bottle with me today. But, I think they just tell that to the average consumer, and the average consumer really doesn't know how to properly store their fragrances. And, it probably will go bad in 5 years if they just store it not correctly. Okay, and so I wanted to give you guys some examples on storing your fragrances incorrectly and how to store them correctly, if you guys get my drift here. So how to store them properly. So maybe a lot of you guys store them in your medicine cabinet in your bathroom. That's a no-no. All right, if you guys are watching this video, pause it, take them out right now. All right, and let me explain to you guys why. So the extreme temperatures, changes in temperatures, and the humidity and moisture, right? So the extreme temperature change, right? So let's just say your bathroom is at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and you go in there, you take a hot shower, a hot bath. The temperature is going to rise fairly quickly, right? Within minutes, okay, to 90, 100 degrees, however hot you guys take your showers, or however cold you take your showers, right? So it will rise in heat. That drastic change in heat so quickly is really good. It's not good for your fragrance, guys. I mean, constant up and down temperature like that, I mean, it's bad. It's going to destroy the alcohol and the oil concentration in there. It's just going to change up the kind of molecule structure, right? And I'm not a scientist, guys, but I mean, I've seen it, guys. I've smelled it with my own nose with bottles that were not stored properly. And you also got to think about, too, is the moisture. So when you take in a hot shower like that, hot water expands, it creates steam, and it can actually get into your fragrance bottle, either through the atomizer or the crimp. And I'll show you guys an example here. I have a bottle of, it's called Monsieur Musk by Dana. This is a vintage bottle. All right, and I'm talking about the crimp right here, right? So if you guys can see that, there's a crimp right here. And most fragrances have a good seal. If their quality control is on point, they're going to have a really great seal. But in some fragrances, not that many, but I mean, I've seen it, guys, to where the crimp is bad and moisture can get in there. And, alcohol and water, I mean, they mix, guys, but it creates a different kind of molecule, and so in fragrances, you're going to have alcohol, you're going to have water, and then you're going to have your oil concentration or the fragrance, right? And so they measure that out specifically for that fragrance. So any extra water in there or any extra moisture will change the scent profile and make it weaker. It will dilute it, right? And so you don't want that, and that's why you want to keep it out of the bathroom. You also want to keep it out of direct sunlight if you can, okay? Take them off of your window seals. If you have a cupboard, or if you have like a display case or something and it's facing the window, light beams and stuff, they bounce around, and even if it's not in direct sunlight, if it's somewhere like maybe in the corner or something of this room, right? So in the corner back there by that door, if your fragrances are over there but they're pointing toward the window, I mean, that's still direct sunlight. you know. And so that's going to destroy and break down fragrance. I think that's probably the worst for your fragrance, is actually keeping them in direct sunlight for a long time. And if you have blinds, shut the blinds. If you can get a display case with doors on it, that's cool too, because then you can show everybody, you can open up the doors and then close them once you're done, right? So keep them out of direct sunlight, keep them away from moisture, and keep them in a controlled temperature setting where the temperature is not really going to fluctuate. And that also goes for really, really cold temperatures too. So you don't want extreme temperature changes to the high temps, and you also don't want extreme temperature ranges to the cold temps. So, I would say in all perfect circumstances, keep your fragrances within 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, we can't really control that. And if you really have the cash flow, buy a wine cooler where you can set that temperature, and it's going to be precisely at that temperature at all times. And that's really going to wick away the moisture, and that's really going to keep the fragrance at its ideal, optimal temperature. All right, I don't own one. I'm thinking about getting one in the future, just for my super niche stuff, super expensive fragrances. All right. Also, guys, I want to touch on this too. Buy quality fragrances from quality houses. I see online a lot of videos, guys, and a lot of guys make them, and I'm not knocking anybody. I have cheapies too, but try to buy quality fragrances. Manceros, Montals, PDM, if you can afford it. Amouage, Nasamato. Start buying fragrances, or at least buy fragrances from reputable houses that have more of a higher oil concentration, and that is going to ensure that your fragrance lasts a lot longer. People buy cheapies. I'm talking look, guys, Tommy Bahama St. Bart's. It smells great. It's a cheapie, guys. It's going to have more of an alcohol content ratio than oil concentration ratio, and plus the quality it's not good. Although the fragrance does smell good, you get what you pay for, guys. In my honest opinion, you get what you pay for. All right. Save up that extra 50, 60 bucks and go buy a Mancera. Save up that extra 60, 50 bucks. If you're starting from 40 bucks, save another 50 bucks, guys. Might take you a little bit, but just save up and buy something quality. It's not only going to last longer, but you're going to get better in quality ingredients, and it's just going to be overall better. And then if you want to resell it sometime in the future, it will hold its resellability value. Okay, just like with iPhones, other than Android. I love Android, but I have an iPhone just because of the the ecosystem like that. But also, when I want to go trade it in, I'm going to get most of my money back rather than with an Android. You understand? So that's kind of just an example that I gave you guys. And so that's kind of my tips and tricks. That's just my opinion, really, on do fragrances go bad? And really, at the end of the day, it's your money. It's your fragrance. You can do whatever you want with it. And eventually, everything goes bad. Just like canned goods from the 50s. They were stored properly and everything like that, and they still went bad. You know what I mean? So yes, over time, the top notes are really going to fade. And how you can kind of tell too is it's sour, maybe it's a little darker color, or darker than normal. And I'm not saying darker as far as maceration goes, but you can tell, guys. It would be, if, for example, this Diva by Emmanuel Ungaro. Guys, I think it's a 12-year-old bottle, and the juice did get a little darker. All right, as you can see, it's a piss color now. I think it was lighter than this, but it still smells the exact same, guys, as I remember it 12 years ago. And even this bottle of Monsieur Musk by Dana, this stuff, which is also my scent of the day today, by the way, it doesn't smell off. It doesn't smell sour at all. It was stored properly. And even this bottle of Polo Red, I believe it's Intense, right? I believe this one is a 5-year-old or 6-year-old bottle. And if anything, like I was telling Jason in the comment section below, in my previous video, it smells exactly the same. And this one has citrus notes on top, and they haven't faded. And you might be thinking 6 years old, that's not that old, but I mean, like we were talking about before, they have a 5-year shelf life, apparently. But if you store them properly, they're going to last a lot longer. And like I said, it's at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your fragrance. And really, if we're really thinking about it, over the course of like 20, 30 years, even if the top notes kind of fade, which is the top notes are going to go first. Did you get your money's worth out of it? Did you wear it? Did you enjoy it? And that's really all that matters in my eyes, because I know out of my whole collection, I'm not going to be able to use them all up in my lifetime. I know that some of them are going to go bad, and or they're not going to really go bad to where they're not to where they're unwearable, but they're going to change, and they might not smell the same, and that's just normal, guys. It's just normal. So don't let that stop you from buying a fragrance that you really want. And like I said, try to buy quality, and if you can't, try to save up for it. Trust me, guys, you get what you pay for. But I hope you guys liked this video topic. Thank you so much, Jason, for suggesting this video topic. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. Follow me on the Instagram. I'll have my link down in the description below, and you guys can chat me up on there, guys. I'm really cool, really kind, personable kind of dude. I'd love to talk to you guys, and it don't have to be about fragrances. So thank you so much for watching Loc'd Fam. I'm your host, Dr. Goo. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Enjoy life, stay safe, guys. All right, see ya.